Hello, everyone. I think this is the least late I've been for a live show as of now. I don't know if I'm alone or not yet, but hello, if you're watching this back later, I hope you guys are doing well and welcome to the Tuesday evening sprints. I don't know what I'm going to be reading yet, but I do have to pick up dishes and those kinds of things before I do any reading, which is very sad. But if you are here, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're reading. Hello! I'm so glad you can make it. Hello, hello. I'm surprised you could make it with the time zone difference because I know you're not from my neck of the woods. So how late is it for you? Hello, 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 everybody. Let me know what you guys are reading today. I think I'm still going to be reading Stella, or I'm going to pick up another volume of Blue Lock. I'm not really sure on what I'm doing yet, but as I said, gotta pick up some stuff before I do anything else, which is adulting sometimes sucks, but I'm already in my jammies, so we got that going for us. Oof. See, I would be sleeping very soundly by that time, but I'm glad you're here and that you're a night owl because that works much better for separate time zones. Oh no. I'm so sorry you're sick. That really, really sucks. I hope you'll feel better soon, but I totally understand not being in the mood to read when you're sick because, sometimes you just gotta rot in your pajamas to, eventually feel better. So I totally understand, but again, I hope you feel better soon. So, the plan I think for today will be 30-minute sprints. I'm hoping to do a few. s- So, my time right now it's 7:38. I'm thinking of going till around 9:30, 10. So I'm hoping some of you guys will stick around until then. We got a lot to do. Hello, getting some work done during the sprints. That's nice. I'm glad I can keep you company while you are productive and getting some stuff done. So, I'm thinking again 30-minute sprints. Um we could start at 7:40, so in like 1 minute, if that's all good with you guys. I feel like 30-minute sprints are like the perfect sweet spot for me, but we can always readjust depending on what you guys want. So I'll set everything up. We could start with a 30-minute sprint and we will catch up after that. Hello, everyone. I do not want to scare you, but the first sprint is done. Lighting might be a little shifty, but I got comfortable in the living room, hence, but I don't know why it gets so dark. It's not that dark in here. I'll have to figure it out. Please excuse me. But how did everyone do this sprint? I, for one, got a load of laundry done, and I did all my dishes, and I was able to get comfy, as I said, in the living room. I brought my two book options with me. I might alternate between both. I'm not really sure yet. I really need to fix this lighting. I saw we got some people here while we were reading. Hello, 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 hello to everyone. Please let me know how this sprint went for you if you're still hanging out with us. As I said, I've been reading Stella during my live shows for the last week. Um, but I'm really enjoying this. I am tandem reading this while listening to the audio. This is my pick for the middle grade March prompt to read a book with a one-word title. And I'm also just in my Blue Lock binging era, so this might also be a choice. I'm currently at volume 6, and I've been really enjoying reading those on lives because I don't need to my god, my voice cracked. I don't need to focus that much on the books. Ooh, Darker Shade of Magic. Are you enjoying it? I, for one, have never read Darker Shade of Magic, but I've heard so many people talk about it. It is such a staple, I feel now on BookTube, or at least it was a couple years ago. Oh, please let me know how you enjoyed it. I am super excited for this book. It was technically on my TBR last month, but I didn't get around to reading it. But it's like one of my priority reads for this year. I'd be curious to know if you enjoyed it or not. I can always leave you the time to collect your thoughts, but do let a girl know. I feel this to my core. Who are you watching on YouTube? Anybody have booktuber recommendations? I'm always on the hunt, or any YouTubers actually. It doesn't need to be booktube. I'm always looking for more content to watch because a lot of my favorite creators that I used to watch either started making different content, which is fine, but I'm in the mood for new creators. Slow but starting to enjoy it. I feel like Darker Shade of Magic is the first in the series, right? I feel like Victoria Schwab often does slow introductions and then it's very solid. I think I tried to read one or two of her books, but the only Victoria Schwab books I've read completed the series is the City of Bones series, the Cassidy Blake series, her middle grade books. I am obsessed with that series. I always recommend. Ooh, thoughts about the ending. That is making me very curious. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. I know you won't spoil it for me, but now I'm intrigued. But I'm glad to know you enjoyed it. I feel like it's like a sort of a different young adult book. Um, I did, I do like the Regency aspect of it and like the fashion and dressmaking. At least that's what it's like pitched as. Um, so yeah. I had the Fairy Loot and Owl Crate editions, but I decided just to keep the Owl Crate one, which I ended up liking better. Um, Although the Fairy Loot one was also stunning, but I gotta read that. Did nothing but decided to order pizza for dinner. Pizza's always a solid choice when you don't feel well. Plus, don't have to cook, no dishes. Fantastic. Yes to it being the first in the series. Okay. Is it your first Victoria Schwab as well, or are you, like, familiar with her works? Ooh, yes. I just saw your comment, actually. I haven't replied yet, um, but I got super excited to know that you're participating, which if other people here missed it, today was my announcement video for my Candyland readathon that is happening starting Saturday. Um, so if you wanna participate, it is not too late. It's a week-long readathon leading to my birthday, which is March 22nd. So if you want to look at the video, if you're interested, I'd be happy to have you here. It also means that I'm going to do a bunch more live streams next week for the readathon, which I'm super excited about. Isn't that a mood? When someone talks about pizza, everybody wants pizza. Also, great midnight snack. I'm an enabler. I'd say order pizza or make pizza at this point. I finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue last month. I am super intrigued in that book, but again, terrified to read it because everybody says it's more like flowery, and I don't know, just the quotes that have been popping up about this book and just the way people describe it, I'm like, I could either like have this be a new favorite book of mine or I'm gonna hate it. Let me go solve my lighting issues. I feel like this might be slightly better. Oh, this makes me so happy. I freaking love Percy Jackson. I need to also get a move on my reread if I want to read all of the other books in the Percy Jackson universe and company. Rick Riordan has so many books. I need to get to them. Oh, see, that's what I'm afraid of. I don't do super well with like slow books, which is one of the reasons why I love middle grade so much because they just like get into it. I have the attention span of a child, clearly. Glad to see some people enjoy Addie. I feel like again, it's such a book with like mixed opinions. The audio, always a smart way to go with audiobooks. They're just so expensive and like I feel like anyways, where I live is a French community and so there's no like Libby or anything like that doesn't exist here and it's also that like all the libraries are French and so I have to like buy my audiobooks. I can't rent them out from libraries, which I think is not something a lot of people in the US realize is like hard elsewhere. So it gets really expensive to um pick up audios. Should I pick up The Teacher? Ooh, Curious Tides or Blood and Steel? I've never heard of Blood and Steel. This is a it's tricky. I'd say The Teacher because I love this specific author's thrillers, like mystery thrillers, but also Curious Tides, I would be intrigued to hear your thoughts on because again, it's another book I'm super interested in. But I have seen mixed reviews on. I feel like people are saying it's not necessarily what it was pitched as. Um, but if I had to pick one, I'd say The Teacher for sure. I feel like that specific author cannot miss. Her books are always iconic. Also, I forgot to mention we have a special guest with us today. A sleepy little puppy, which is she's not very happy that the lights are on. Oops. I have not read Impossible Creatures yet. It is one of my many middle grade books that I need to pick up, which My middle grade TBR is coming out on Thursday, but again, one I was super hyped up. I considered making it a book club pick, but last time I put it in a poll, not a lot of people voted for it, but it's definitely one I wanna prioritize because I feel like I could have as much love for that book as I do for, like, Skandar, Nevermore, Pages& and Co. It just feels like it's gonna be a hit, but it's also terrifying to me to read that book because I have high expectations. See? Someone else who wants to read Curious Tides. I feel like every time I do a live show, my TBR just expands. Like, now I just wanna put that on my wish list as well because I am curious. I think it's young adult. Is it adult? Young adult? I don't even know. I feel like marketing of these books has gotten so confusing. That's what I thought. Fair enough. I don't read much YA anymore, but that and I feel like the cover for that one is beautiful. I think that's what drew me in. Um, Once you have read that book, I would love to hear your thoughts. Come back to me and let me know. Ooh, this makes me excited. I feel like you are so well versed in middle grade books, and I love that for me because then you can tell me what I should read and it makes me really happy. Might just have to bump that up my TBR. I have the gorgeous Waterstones exclusive as well. Every time I look at it, I'm like, it's stunning. Are we ready for another 30-minute sprint? Do let me know. I feel like it could be a good time because I could chat with you guys all evening, but I think some of you are here to read and not just hang out, so I will zip my trap. Yes! This freaking I love Skandar, and I'm happy you enjoyed it too. And I do feel like we are very similar in our reading of middle grade. Like every time you comment on a video of mine, I'm like, we vibe the same. I'm assuming that is yep, being ready for another 30-minute sprint. So I'll set everything up and we can see each other back here in 30 minutes. But before, yes, Amari and the Night Brothers, another fantastic read. If you have not read Amari and the Night Brothers, y'all need to catch up before the third book in the series comes out. I'm so excited for that. And BB Austin also announced that there will be even more books in the Amari series, which like freaking made my heart soar. I just hope it's not another like Nevermore situation where like more books are announced in the series and then he just stops writing. I know the author has justification for that, but like that would break my heart. I am so invested in that series. It has my entire heart, so your daughter should indeed be proud of her pick. Okay, I will zip my trap now. Let's get reading for another 30 minutes. Hello, everyone. I don't mean to scare you, but the sprint is over. I managed to read a pretty significant amount of my volume of Blue Lock, and I must say, definitely one of my favorites as of now. I thought there was like 20 volumes out of Blue Lock, and they might be in Japanese, but I just learned that there's only like 11 volumes that are out in English right now, and I nearly had a heart attack when I learned that because that means I'm more than halfway through what I can read of the series so far, and that makes me sad. But do tell me how the sprint went for you. I know we got some more people during the sprint. Hello. Hello. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, this makes me excited. I hope you really enjoy it. The audiobooks I find personally are fantastic. I usually listen to the audio while I read at the same time, and I've been having a blast, so I really hope you enjoy. Solid. So you've also got both. I definitely recommend a tandem read for that one. Um, but yeah, I really, really enjoy the world building, the characters. It's very reminiscent of a lot of my favorite middle grade series kind of mushed together. I don't think it reinvents the wheel, but it does the like chosen one trope really well with the unicorns and the island and like the training school. All of it I think is really well done. Also, the third book comes out in April, so you get to catch up right in time for book 3. Did you guys want another sprint right away? Did you guys want another sprint at all? Do let me know what you're in the mood for. I know it's getting late, at least here it's like 9 p.m., but I could go for another hour. So do let me know if you're interested. Just because the chat is quiet right now, so I don't know if you guys are busy, if you just want to stop sprints. I'm just going with everyone's vibe. I definitely would want at least another sprint to be able to finish my volume, but if you guys are not interested, I'm a sprint on my own, and that's totally fine as well. Hello, hello. Good evening to you. Don't mind another sprint. Are the 30-minute sprints working okay with you guys? Do you want more or less time? I'm just going with the flow right now, but do let me know. 30-minute works. Perfect. So I will set it up right now, and I guess we can come back for a little chat in another 30 minutes, if that's good with everyone. Hello, everyone. I do not want to scare you, but the sprint is over. Do let me know how it went for you guys. I, for one, was able to finish Blue Lock Volume 6, and it's definitely, I think, my favorite volume so far. I absolutely loved where this volume went, the storyline, and just the whole thing. Read it really quickly as well. Um, and then I spent the remainder of the sprint actually looking up because I'm missing volumes 9, 10, and 11 to be up to date. Because as I said, I think in another live, I was actually kindly gifted volumes 7 and 8, which I was super shocked to receive on my doorstep, but also so grateful because technically, if not, I was out of volumes. But that means I get at least to continue with two more. Um, and I'm hesitant if I want to place an order for the remaining volumes, but it's also my birthday in like a week. So I'm like, do I wait? But at the same time, as I've mentioned a gazillion times, nobody in my family buys me books. Um, so like, what am I waiting for? Don't really know. Read 10 pages in Kent is Not an Option by Nikki Holly. I've never heard of that book. Did you enjoy the 10 pages? I've never heard of the author either. What is it about? Do let me know. Finished chapter of a battle and close to the end of a darker shade of magic. Nice. Gotta love making progress. Getting to the end, like close to the end of a book, is always so rewarding and so exciting. So, very hyped for you. Also, very hyped for you. Now, I want pizza as well. I hope it was delicious. Huh. Guess I learn something every day. I was not aware of that. I'm not super aware of, like, I'm assuming this is American because we're talking about a president. Um, not super aware of American politics, but good to know. Hmm, interesting. I'm gonna have to Google her after this. Love, love, love learning stuff. So I've been live for like 2 hours. I don't know if you guys want more sprints or if you guys want to end it here. Do let me know. Also, you totally should. I wasn't big into manga. I started reading it like last summer and I hadn't really like I read some good stuff. Like I started with more like romance manga, mostly My Love Mix Up. And then I kind of looked at like a bunch of manga videos and creators, and on Marketplace I scoured for manga and I kind of built my collection that way. And then I read A Man and His Cat, which I really enjoyed the first volume of, and finally found Blue Lock, which like really opened my eyes as to why people get obsessed over manga, because um I hadn't really found that one manga series I was like, I am convinced, like I want this to like, I want to binge this, but this definitely did it for me. I am usually a sports girly, even though soccer is not my sport of choice. I really have been enjoying this, and it's making me want to read all of the sports manga. Nice. I had never been introduced to manga before booktube, and I did not think it was something I was going to enjoy because I'm very picky when it comes to anything illustrated, like even graphic novels. I am picky and only like certain kinds of stories put into illustrations. So I was very hesitant to pick up manga for the longest time. And it's really Gavin from Gavin Reads It All or How to Train Your Gavin who piqued my interest when he started talking about One Piece. And like he became obsessed with One Piece, and I was like, surely like there's a reason behind this. And I tried One Piece, wasn't super invested, but I think I would need to read like one entire arc of One Piece before I could make up my decision. But then I again found these and now I get it. Mhm. And I feel like BookTube is also very late on this bandwagon. Like manga has been popular for a very long time, but I just think it wasn't the cool thing to be reading on BookTube, especially when I started consuming BookTube content. That was like in 2013, I believe. Um and so it has really changed over time, but indeed BookTube was late to catch up on manga and made it popular a lot later. So the question remains, do we want one more sprint or do I stop it here? But Albert prefers graphic novels than regular books. Yeah, I definitely think it's a preference thing because it's a really, I feel like graphic novels are also a very interesting way to convey a story, and they can definitely add like a different dimension. And I, for example, struggle with like visualizing characters. Um and so I think graphic novels and manga really are helpful in that way because I don't have to imagine things to really grasp it. Like the artwork does it for me. But again, I'm not a fan of most illustration styles, and I think that gets in the way of the story's enjoyment. So it's like what we say in French, or couteau à double tranchant. Um, I don't really know how to say that in English, but Tokyo Ghoul, Vampire Dormitory, and Nobu. I've heard of Nobu, and I'm really interested in reading Tokyo Ghoul. Um, I don't own any volumes currently, but I feel like it's one I've seen talked about a lot on BookTube. But from what I understand, and like from all the content creators I've watched, I feel like a lot of people get sick and tired of Tokyo Ghoul. Like I've heard a lot that it's like a very repetitive plot line. Um, but I'm still very intrigued. Horror manga. I also what is the author's name of like those? I feel again very popular in BookTube, but there's this one author who does really creepy manga. Um, I'm really blanking on his name, but I've been super intrigued. But I'm like, am I too squeamish for his stuff? I'm not sure. Also, let me know what you thought of Tokyo Ghoul. I'd be curious. Cozy fantasy vibes, you say? And yes, thank you. That that is who I was referring to. I've been super intrigued because his artwork looks very creepy but super compelling to me. But like, would I be grossed out by the stories is the real question. But also, again, cozy fantasy vibes. I'm gonna need to Google that as well. I might do that now. Oh my god. Why is the cover of that so wholesome? Oh my god. I'm obsessed. And it looks very highly rated as well for a series. Hmm. Very, very interesting. First floor, I'm assuming of Tokyo Ghoul? Very nice. Glad to know you were enjoying. I feel like a lot of people, the complaints were like further down the series because I know there's a lot of volumes of Tokyo Ghoul, and some people thought, like, I think it's Jan from Jan Agaton read up to volume 9 and she just stopped reading it. I think she made the decision to DNF because she was like, nothing is happening in the story. So many manga to read, so little time. Oh, you watched the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, but that's unfortunate. I've also been getting into anime and I've been watching Blue Lock and I'm really liking how they have adapted it so far, but I don't want to spoil myself so I haven't watched the whole way through. I did talk about that in my last vlog, but it's a really good introduction I feel to anime when you already know and are familiar with the story and the characters. But I didn't know I mean, should have assumed there was one for Tokyo Ghoul, but very interesting. But although kind of sucks that the second season wasn't your fave. One Piece. I think that's on Netflix, right? I feel like I've seen One Piece, and again, I watch so many content creators that talk about One Piece. Um, I'm just not sure if I want to watch the anime or try to get into the manga more. But are you enjoying the anime of One Piece? I feel like a lot of people say it's very well done, and a lot of people have like reaction videos. Like One Piece is such a huge community; it's insane. Yes, they are indeed very long. Okay, I think it's getting pretty late. So I might call it quits for the sprints this evening. Just know that I will be sprinting again Thursday evening and then on Saturday during the day um, to kick off the readathon. So I want to say thank you guys so, so, so much for watching. And I'm really glad I got to chat with you guys and read in your company. And I hope to see you guys on Thursday. So, enjoy the rest of your reading and evening, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.